I just started planning my new month and I thought I'd take you along for some tips and inspiration. So, to get us started here, since I'm working in a brand new planner for the mid-year, I'm actually going to start as kind of a pre-step in my goal clarity roadmap. I like to go through this entire process at least twice a year. So I don't copy over anything from my old planner. Instead, I start fresh and I go through these prompts. As I've always shared, these prompts really help me to make the most of all of my planning. They really set me up for success. So the time that I spend in here is always worth it. I go through, connect to my vision, reflect, set some focus. I'm going to spend this week going through my time study and really getting clear on how I'm spending my time, what I can take out and add in to really dial in my routines. And then I'm going to write those routines out and commit to my weekly schedule. So I'm walking through that entire process just once here at the half of the year, but it's really bringing me to a point that I can set my goals. And so I'm setting really mindful goals based on what I learned through the entire roadmap prompts. And I do like to jump in, revisit my goals at the beginning of the month and make sure that I'm focused. And the monthly pages for reflection and planning linked to every month are really going to help me run through that. So I'm going through the prompts in these pages first before I start with anything else in planning out my month. This is really giving me that refocus, bringing me back to my goals, and helping me think through all of the areas of my life and making sure that I'm balanced and thinking through what needs to change in how I approach the next month. And you can see I have that goal setting view here that actually links directly back to our goal pages so that it's all coming full circle and I'm staying focused on those goals. Now, after I finish up my reflection, it'll lead right into my planning. I'll take the insights I had in reflection and set some really good intentions for my next month, and then get really focused on the habits I'm going to bring in and the goals that I'm going to focus on achieving. So this gives me a really good foundation for my planning week to week. So planning and reflection are the pages I always suggest going through. Now, some of these other pages are a little more supplemental. I really do like this tracking page. It keeps me on track and it feels great to be able to check things off at the end of the day. Now, I just brought this layout over from my old planner, and so it's really nice that you can set this up once and continue to reuse it, maybe adjust habits as you need to. But you can see I was able to just copy and paste this in from my old planner, and now month to month, I can just copy and paste it over. So you can see how some of this setup ends up going really quickly. Now, my finance page is similar in the sense that I'm just able to copy things over. I'm not starting from scratch here. So my budget is pretty set from month to month. I might have to make some tweaks. And so what I do is I copy and paste this on the page. And then I know that at the end of the month, I'll go through and I kind of have this financial look back routine at the end of my month where I'll go through and add totals from my finance apps. And then I can really see how I'm working against my planned budget. Now on my blank page, I'm actually going to replace this layout for this month. I'm going to grab one of my template pages. One of the easiest ways to do this is just to take a screenshot of that page, crop it down, and then copy that image. And then we're just going to place that image on the page over the blank page. We're basically creating our own overlay here. And so you'll place it over the blank page and you can see it places pretty small, but you can just expand it out so that it covers the page. And just as a reminder, it is okay if you choose not to use these bonus pages. They're just here if you find them helpful. Once I've gone through all of this, that's usually when I come back and I set up my calendar page. This page is really my overview of all of the big events, appointments in my life, and I like to make it a little more fun and creative. This is the one place in my planner that I'll really spend some time with different stickers, layering things, adding in text. So I thought it would be fun today to take you behind the scenes a little bit on that, show you how I build out some of my sticker combinations. I'll show you just a little bit now. I'll go away and do my usual. I like to do my planning while I'm watching TV or sitting with my husband at night. It's just a really relaxing thing for me. So I'll build some here and then I'll come back and show you the finished page and explain it in a little more depth. So what you can see I'm doing here is I'm grabbing different stickers. All of the ones I have right here come with that Digital Planning Essentials sticker set that comes with your planner and that you can also buy separately on my site if you use a different planner. And you can see I'm getting kind of creative with how I'm layering it and stretching it. Now here's a common issue. If you're running into an issue where something's layering underneath, just highlight it, cut it, and paste it back on the page. Because the way GoodNotes layering works is the most recent is on top. So that cut paste always does the trick. I'd love to see us have some layer options in the future. Cross our fingers on that one. But I layered these together. Now I'm adding in a little bit of text and handwriting it. Something I hear so often is people stressing about writing on the screen and it not looking neat. So I have a goal to start sharing more of these Plan With Me videos so that you can see just how imperfectly I do things and that it's okay. We're just supposed to be having fun with this little creative outlet. Your handwriting doesn't have to look perfect. But one thing you'll notice as you watch me here is when I do write, I zoom in pretty close. I find if I zoom in really close and write larger, once I zoom out, it looks quite a bit more neat because you are so detailed when you were zoomed in. For this sticker, I'm gonna kind of offset it a little bit. And then I'm going to use one of my favorite tricks, which is using the highlighter to color it in. It works really well with these black and white icons I have. So I have my favorite colors saved as highlighters. It allows me to keep things consistent in my planner. You can find these color codes on the first page of your sticker book. And so what I'm doing here is just using my highlighter to color. Again, you can see I'm not at all after like perfection here. I'm not even staying in the lines in some places, but it just adds a little bit of extra color and interest to the page, and it feels like I'm coloring like a little kid, which is so fun. So I'm just using the highlighter here to add some colors to this. And again, you can see how I'm kind of creating my own stickers on the fly to fit the things that I'm planning for. So this is an example of me writing. You can see how close I'm getting on this, and I'm writing in my text. And again, I'm not allowing myself to obsess about it being perfect. It is what it is. I'm writing it out. And then I feel like once I zoom out, those little imperfections that I might have noticed become a lot less noticeable on the page as a whole. So don't let your handwriting hold you back from creating pretty layouts and getting creative. Now, another thing that I really like to use are these semi-transparent overlay boxes. So they're really good for layering, and they're also more of a pastel color when you just place them on their own. So I like using this one for an overlay because as you can see, I'm not losing that date there. I can still see the date through. I'm using the adjustment arrows to stretch it so that it fits within that block. And then again, I'm going to go back to layering, and I'm going to grab one of these circles and then one of the black and white icons and layer them together. So I'm going to speed this up a bit, just adding in the circle, the icon, and writing in my text, but you can see how this is a really nice way to make a date stand out or make it more of a focal point on your calendar. So I'm going to take a little break from filming here and go set up the rest of this page, and then I'll be back to show you and walk through it together. Here I am in my finished view, and the first thing I want to draw your attention to is that I don't have every square inch of this page filled. I don't see it as needing to be like this huge designed thing. I just like to have fun with adding in my dates and layering things, but again, I'm only adding in the appointments and things that are necessary to my schedule to give me a glance of my month. So I have a lot of layering going on, and it's much easier to control things when you pay attention to your lasso selection so that you're able to just select the things you want. So this month I'm using that right side column to record some memories, and I added that grid over it to give myself more of a blank space that I can draw, write, add pictures in. Now I also brought in a couple of these stickers from my motivational quotes set, which I really love. I always add at least one of these to my monthly pages. They're just a great way to stay inspired and add something more visual to the page. Now you can see I've done more of this layering that I just showed you with some other big events that we have coming up. And so again, this is a layering of one of those transparent, an icon, and one of the circles. And once I have these built, I do really like to copy them and paste them onto a blank page in my sticker book so that I can reuse them month to month. So you can see how easy it is to copy and paste it, and just to make sure that I have it handy anywhere else that I might be planning, I'll just add it to a blank page and kind of create my own section here and organize them on that page, and then I can reuse them without having to rebuild it layer by layer on every monthly page. So I have lots of icons that I've built out here that I've grabbed from other months, and in this example, I think the heart looks a little plain, so I'm just going to add a little bit more of that coloring with the highlighter tool just to give it a little bit of color in the heart. And again, since I'm trying to build out that page in the sticker book so that I have all of the icons I've created in one place, I'm just going to grab this, copy, and paste it over to that page so that I can save it for later. Now, another label that I built out that I really like and reuse often is this reminders label. And so this is again layering of two stickers from my Digital Essentials sticker set. One of those text labels and then one of my reminder notes. And so to go into the set and show you what the originals look like, we're back here past our trackers. I just grabbed one of these. I like it because it allows me to write down what the task is and then gives me a little checkbox so I can check it off when I do it and see that it's done. So I grabbed that reminder text and placed it on top of it. Same with this meeting label. I created that by layering those two stickers. Now, this is a new one that I just created and found a new little hack for layering stickers. This is, again, one of those transparent boxes stretched across. That rest and recharge is from my motivational sticker set, but I wanted to make it stand out a little bit more on top of the green. So what I did is I took the shape tool in GoodNotes and created a really imperfect circle that, of course, GoodNotes made perfect for me, tapped on it and adjusted those handles so that it kind of creates a nice little outline and it really makes it pop out on the layout. Now, this is another one where I got a little more creative. I felt like I was more so just doodling when I created it. So I grabbed this quote from that motivational sticker set. Then I used the highlighter to color in that background. And so it naturally just pops behind when you use the highlighter tool. And then I used the pen to create all these fun little designs. You can see I also used the white pen to add kind of an like embossed effect on it as well. And I don't know why, I find this really relaxing lately to doodle on top of other stickers or photos, and it's really relaxing for me. Now, this one as well, same thing. I took a couple different, like the frames that come with the Digital Essentials set, an icon. I added in that text as a text box, kind of a little mantra for my month. And then I use the pencil tool to draw in those strokes. So that's it for the behind the scenes of how I created this page. I hope this run through was helpful and has given you a little bit of inspiration and some ideas for how to use your planning pages, bonus pages, and the sticker set. Thanks so much for watching. As always, please leave a comment below if you have any questions, and make sure to subscribe so you'll see when I drop a new video.